I was standing right behind my wife when she said it. I didn't make a scene. I just walked out forever. I hadn't meant to stop outside the bedroom door. I was just coming down the hall after a late night at work when I heard her voice, soft, almost conspiratorial. Something about the way she said my name made me freeze. Brian just doesn't get it, Megan was saying. My stomach tightened. I pressed my back against the wall, heart pounding. He's been so boring lately, she went on, her voice low but sharp. I try to talk to him, but he just sits there like a stone, honestly. I don't even know if I still feel anything for him. The words hit me like a slap. I could hear her friend on the other end of the call, muffled but sympathetic. You deserve someone who makes you feel alive, her friend said. Megan laughed, a sound I hadn't heard directed at me in months. Exactly. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if I just left, started over with someone who actually listens. My throat went dry. She wasn't shouting, she wasn't angry. She was calm, casual, like she'd been thinking about this for a long time. I wanted to burst into the room and demand answers. I wanted to yell, to cry, to do anything but just stand there frozen. But I didn't. I turned on my heel, grabbed my coat from the rack, and walked straight out of the house. The night air was cold, but it felt better than staying inside and hearing anymore. I walked aimlessly through the quiet streets, her words echoing in my head. Boring, doesn't get it, doesn't listen. By the time I reached the park, my hands were trembling. I thought about every late night I'd worked to keep the bills paid, every date night I tried to plan, every time I'd ask her if she was okay, only to get her distracted. I'm a fiend. And now here I was hearing that maybe she wasn't fine at all. And worse, she'd rather tell someone else than tell me. I sat down on a bench under the streetlight, staring at the empty path ahead. Something inside me shifted that night. I wasn't sure if it was anger or heartbreak, maybe both, but I knew one thing. I couldn't go back inside and pretend I hadn't heard her. When I finally returned home, the house was silent except for the faint hum of the heater. Megan was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone. She looked up when I came in, her expressions shifting from surprise to mild irritation. "Where did you go?" she asked, setting her phone aside. I hung my coat up slowly, keeping my voice even. She frowned. "Out where? It's almost midnight." I met her eyes, and for a long moment, neither of us spoke. Then I said quietly, "I heard you." Her brows furrowed. "Hear me what?" "Talking. Heard what you said about me, about how I'm boring, about how you don't know if you even feel anything for me anymore." Color drained from her face. You were listening." "I didn't mean to," I admitted. "But once I heard my name, I couldn't just walk away." Megan stood crossing her arms defensively. "It was just venting. Everyone complains to their friends sometimes. It doesn't mean what?" I interrupted, my voice sharper now. "That you've been thinking about leaving? That you'd rather open up to someone else than to your husband?" She flinched but held her ground. "You don't get it, Brian. I have tried to talk to you, but you're always tired, always distracted. It's like living with a ghost." Her words stung, but I forced myself to stay calm. "Then why not tell me that straight to my face? Why did I find out by accident standing in the hallway like some stranger?" Megan's eyes filled with tears. "Because I didn't want to start a fight." She said softly, "I didn't want you to think I don't love you. I just miss feeling close to you. I miss feeling seen." For a moment, the anger in my chest warred with the ache in my heart. I could see she was hurting too, but that didn't erase the betrayal of overhearing it instead of hearing it from her directly. I'm not sure what hurts more, I said finally, that you feel this way or that you didn't trust me enough to tell me. She swallowed hard, her tears threatening to spill. Then tell me what to do, Brian, because I don't want to lose you. I sank into the armchair across from her, running a hand over my face. I don't have an answer right now, I admitted. All I know is something broke tonight, and I don't know if it can be fixed. Megan sat down slowly, her hands clasped tightly together. Then let me try, she said, her voice trembling. Let me make this right. I don't care if we have to start over from scratch. I just want us back. Her words landed heavy, but the wall between us didn't just vanish. Do you even know what that means? I asked quietly. Because it's not just about saying sorry. It's about showing me you still choose this marriage every single day, not just when it's easy. Megan nodded quickly, tears finally spilling down her cheeks. I do choose you, she whispered, even if I lost sight of it for a while. I stared at her for a long moment, trying to read the sincerity in her face. This was the woman I'd built a life with, the woman who knew my worst fears and my best dreams. And yet, tonight she'd felt like a stranger. I need space, I said at last, my voice low but steady. Not forever, just long enough to clear my head, to figure out if I can still trust this. Trust us? Her breath hitched. If you walk out that door, Brian, I'm not walking out on the marriage, I interrupted gently. But I'm walking out tonight because if I stay, we're just going to hurt each other more. I stood, grabbed my keys, and headed for the door. Megan stayed on the couch, her shoulders shaking as she cried. Please come back, she whispered, just loud enough for me to hear. I paused for a moment, my hand on the doorknob, then stepped outside into the cool night air. The silence felt heavy, but for the first time in months, my mind was clear. Whatever came next, whether rebuilding or letting go, would be my choice, made with open eyes. As I walked to my car, I realized I wasn't just leaving the house. I was leaving behind the version of myself that had been sleepwalking through this marriage.